Imagine you upload your entire professional history, every task you do, day in and day out, into a system designed to calculate exactly what a machine could replace by next Tuesday. Meet David. He's a mid-career analyst who reads the headlines about automation and feels a quiet, passive anxiety about how long his specific role actually has left. David uses the Arc OneCraft free plan to get his first reading. As the guide shows, this level allows one CV upload per month, enough to establish a baseline without any upfront cost. The platform gives him two numbers. The first is a jobs, skills, and talent score, his JST, measured on a 300-point scale. The second is a vulnerability level from 0 to 4, bluntly estimating how much of his daily routine an AI could currently handle. David now knows he sits at a high-risk level. But a diagnostic tool only points out the fire. It doesn't build the fire extinguisher. Knowing you are vulnerable offers zero actual protection. That free tier provides the what, but it leaves a massive vacuum when it comes to the what next. We can contrast David's situation with Chloe, a student in a coding bootcamp. She skips the anxiety vacuum entirely by jumping in early on the $9 a month student plan. As you can see in this plan specification, Chloe isn't left to guess what to learn. Her instructors use an institution dashboard to drop her into a cohort, pushing specific, guided AI interaction scenarios directly to her with hard due dates. A university or bootcamp provides a safe sandbox with clear instructions. But out in the working economy, professionals don't get assigned homework. They have to actively map their own skills to the open market and prove they can adapt. This brings us to Priya, a platform engineering lead. She knows she has to actively build her own resilience, so she bypasses the basics and upgrades to the $29 Pro plan. The moment she upgrades, her ARC score stops being a static grade handed down from a machine. It becomes a dynamic metric that she can actively control and grow. Take a look at this 12-axis transferability radar. It plots Priya's current engineering capabilities, then stretches out along specific vectors to reveal 3 concrete roles she could pivot into today. It pinpoints her exact skill gaps and provides a timeline to fill them. She is no longer wondering if she'll be replaced. She has a targeted, step-by-step roadmap showing her exactly what to learn next. Priya builds her score by playing Context Craft, a gamified simulation that forces her to practice the precise logic required to instruct an AI. Watch how this works. She constructs a strict operational environment for a new agent using a stack of digital cards. A scoring engine sweeps her logic, confirms her constraints are airtight, and awards her 41 out of 50 points. Hitting that threshold automatically triggers an 8-Tanda Quest badge, specifically the System Architect credential. Unlike standard IT certifications, no part of the system relies on multiple choice testing. This badge is evidence of a specific, scored production artifact that is verifiable at a public URL. The simulation paired with these strict 8-Tanda credentials creates an immutable ledger. It is undeniable, real-world proof of exactly how well a worker can manage machine intelligence. Notice this hard gatekeeping mechanic in the scoring table. You cannot monetize your prompts until you hit a score of 43, earning a gold certification. Quality is strictly enforced. Once Priya hits gold, she unlocks Sphinx. This is a marketplace where she can take the enterprise-grade AI instructions she just engineered and publish them for others to buy. When she makes her first sale, 2 things happen. She earns marketplace credits, and the system permanently injects a 3-point boost directly into her underlying talent score. Nailing the mechanics of AI communication protects Priya's current job, generates immediate capital, and mathematically increases her long-term value on the open market. Now let's zoom out. Sandra is a director of digital transformation managing 1,200 employees. She uses the custom enterprise plan to monitor all of this at scale. Instead of looking at individual profiles, Sandra opens her department analytics view to read the aggregate data of her entire workforce in real time. This heat map visualization lays out the exposure clearly. She can instantly see her finance operations department is sitting at 73% high risk, while Priya's platform engineering team is safely insulated at just 12%. Large organizations survive by identifying these heavy concentrations of vulnerability and deploying training before those departments are disrupted. But Sandra has a larger institutional hurdle. When she stands in front of her board of directors, she has to provide hard proof that the AI systems they've deployed are actually compliant and safe. She relies on the highest tier of Atanda certification, the Advanced Senior Badge, known as the AISE Build Credential. Look at this verification flowchart. To earn this credential, an engineer must submit a live HTTPS deployment URL. The system runs it through aggressive security filters to ensure it's not a local test environment, but a real accessible server endpoint. Passing that verification mints the badge. Sandra takes that credential straight to the board, handing them an auditable, human-authored evidence trail of a live deployment. The journey moves from an individual's first diagnostic rating to a verifiable ledger of enterprise-wide risk. The platform provides the metrics and the training to ensure that as AI evolves, the workforce governing it evolves first.